Oh, because we lost one enchantment. Oh my god, so I really thought we were gonna have it this turn, but we lost one enchantment. We'll still have it, but just for two, which is insane. This is one of those where I feel like things just went according to plan. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be our 30th episode of Out Brawl. Now, this is not the 5-color commander that I'm bringing. I know this is for 5 colors, but as you can see, there's one color missing because this is where we're gonna show white, black, red, and green. I think that's Ink Trader. I might be wrong. I think that's the color combination's name. So, why Tom Bombadil? First of all, I really like enchantment, sagas, stuff like that, you know, like I have a Calyx deck, IRL commander deck that I built because I really like that experience with the sagas and enchantment route in general, but sagas more specifically. And I say in general because we have cards like Jokai Naturalist to make things cheaper. We have Alcid, which is a creature that protects enchantments or creatures while also being an enchantment. We have City's Harvest End that draws cards whenever I cast an enchantment spell. We have other cards like Enlightened Tutor that go fetches enchantments. We have Iceberg that it's a regular enchantment. We have a little theme enchantment god going on with Iliad and where is the other? I think there's at least one more. Lothis. I would say there's one more, but I don't think there is in this version because I tried different things. So we have those two. We have a bunch of regular enchantments, and then we have cards like Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, that really profits or helps us, I mean, with our enchantment saga theme. We have Rydia that does the same, and then we have the enchantment sagas that I chose to utilize. Cards like Azusa's Many Journeys. Oh, Satsuki also helps with that saga, as well as Tom Bombadil, that saga route. So like I was saying, Azusa's Many Journeys, we have Jugan Defends the Temple, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Restoration of Eiganjo, The Legend of Roku, Case of the Locked Hothouse, which is a great card, Binding the Old Gods, Revival of the Ancestors, Elspeth Conquers Death, The Legend of Yang Chen, Summon Titan as well. There's more, don't worry. Summon Bahamut, Summon Knights of Round, The Last Ronin in case we need a board wipe, The Rise of Sozin for a board wipe, Primal Loathing if we get a chance to finish with that second lore counter, you know, and everything plays in accordance to that. So it's a fairly simple deck. You guys are gonna see a lot happening. There's a lot of little things that go very well together that I'm not really explaining. I think you'll see much better during the gameplays. But yeah, so not gonna go any longer. I'm gonna let the games speak for themselves. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you guys think about the deck, which cards I should definitely be using and I'm missing, and let's get in some games. Another game against Rat King Verminister. This is very interesting, and I'm not joking. I think I'll keep, even if we only have 2 lands. I think I'll keep. It can't be worse than my last game where literally I had a 3-land opening hand. I drew 1 more, and that was only throughout the entire game, and that was only because I had a black market connection, so I was drawing cards and losing life every single turn. But yeah, so should I Lush Portico? Should I Forest? Should I Commercial District? I think I will Commercial District. I want to Surveil. Farewell. Jeez, I'm gonna take that one out because we need mana, you know. We have Delighted Halfling and an Eiganjo, so we do have options, but okay, we got another land. So this is going to be one of 2 games. We are either going to draw a crap ton of land or no lands at all. Okay, so far I'm wrong. Love it. Absolutely love it. From a graveyard. This will allow me to put an enchantment. This will allow me to play more things. I'll go with that, I think. And yeah, screw it. Let's do that. Next turn we can go with that. Start creating some jump blockers for those pesky rats. Our opponent is doing this, and this is very smart because the Rat King wants things in the graveyard, but kinda so do we. So I'm gonna start taking out those rat creatures our opponent puts on the graveyard or in the graveyard. The rat colonies. So we can already do the thing. But I'm gonna take that one out. Gain 2 life, our opponent loses 2 life. So we are doing some stuff. I'm gonna go with the Terminus of Return and the Fable there. I can also, we're still healthy life-wise, so I can also discard something. Maybe Terra, maybe Dryad of the Elysian Grove. So let's see. Let's see what we get. Overgrown Tomb, I'll take it. Interstab, yeah. So I'll take that. Because next turn that will become something different. I'll take 7. We are, like I said, we are still with a healthy life total, so I'm not gonna complain about that one. We're getting 2 life as well, so that's already something we need to bear in mind. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Creating 3 tokens. I will not Satsuki this turn, I don't think, at least. Okay, so which one is best? Well, winning is best, I guess. I guess we had the luck we missed on the last couple of games. That threw me in a loop. You know, I'm a little salty, I'm not gonna lie or hide that from you guys, I never do so. But I guess we were building a pretty good board, rat colonies, 6-1s. But this one, trust me, we lost against this deck. I had a blast before I even started recording. I was just trying my deck out. Great commander. I might create a rat tribal deck so that I can utilize this as a commander, but really had a blast losing and now winning against that deck. So let's get into another one. Outstrider with Riku of Many Paths. So we are playing against, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is also a very controlly deck, no? Modal Spell. Seems more like a value deck than anything else. So we only have black, white, and green, but we only have those colors in an, oh, well, kind of green. I said I meant red. We can Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I don't like this hand. I think it's slow. This one is not better at all, but at least we have a little bit of protection. So let's go with Wooded Foothills. Let's go get something with the Flush Particle. Sure. Green and white. I'll take that one. Okay, so let's see how long our opponent will take to actually start doing something. We will most likely go with the Restoration of a Ganja next turn to thin out the deck a little bit. You know? I think that makes sense. So we go with that. We go get basic planes. And next turn we will probably either Eidolon of Blossoms or Overlord and the Lighted Halfling. I would say I could go with a Spelunking as well. That might be a good shout actually. It's an enchantment, so Oh, I like that. I may discard the card. I'll discard the... I'll discard that. And I will get it back. Tap. Play it for free, essentially. I would not have used it either way. So, unless our opponent has something. In that case, I really don't mind that much either way. We will most likely just Eidolon of Blossoms. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what he's going to do, but that is perfectly fine. He's giving me mana either way, so I will try and set up the next turn. Okay, Farewell is pretty good as well, but I will try and set up the next turn so that we can start drawing some cards by playing our enchantments. We can Overlord and then Enlighten Tutor and see what we will need, because our opponent already has 5 mana. He can play more. He hasn't played mana this turn yet, I don't think. Reveal cards. Okay. Forgot what this did. Great card, actually. And he played Rico. Okay. So. Oh yeah, and we got a draw out of that, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna crack this immediately. I'm gonna Elegant Parlor. Let's see, Commercial District or Elegant Parlor. That's what we have. We also need black, but this will be tapped either way because I'm not gonna lose 2 life. I think I'm gonna go with the Commercial District. Why not? Legend of Roku. Sure, why not? I'll go with this tapped. We're gonna draw the Legend of Roku. Get another land. I think I will keep the Enlightened Tutor open, actually, because we already have mana to cast one of the many board wipes we have if we need to. So let's see what our opponent does. Okay, nothing. Probably as a counter, which I don't mind if he uses it on my Enlightened Tutor. I'm going to be completely straight up honest with you. We could go with Virtue of Persistence, you know, something interesting, but let me think here. I think I'm gonna go with the last room. I'm not gonna use it, at least not now. I'm gonna attack first with the Architect of Restoration. Now let's see what our opponent does, because this is gonna be definitely like a deck that's gonna have, I don't know, bounce spells, counters. You know, it's a deck that I'm sure is gonna have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try and bait him with the Esper Origins first. Okay, so I don't want that. I'll take that though. Yeah, I'll try and play that. Why not? Let's see. At this point in time, I have 2 board wipes, Farewell and the Last Ronin, right? And I have 3 creatures, so I can block and then try and board wipe. I can do a lot of stuff, basically. That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to be ready for whatever. I don't necessarily mind that. Like, I will just replay it, get another card, get another land. So I don't think there's like that much of a reason for me to, you know, mind that much. This is much worse for me. the beginning of your end step and tap all lands you control. That is the one that's gonna end the game for us probably, because I'm sure our opponent has counters and stuff like that. So each non-creature spell you cast has Conspire, which means you can tap 2 and tap creatures you control. Yep. 1, 2, 3. He only has 3 mana. Okay, Tireless Provisioner. I'll block there. I don't need to take the hit there. So maybe I should last Ronin, right? Or I should Farewell, maybe. I just lost that, so maybe the last Ronin. Now we'll get a card. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't necessarily need to worry that much about that. Okay, and we got another land, and now we can just pass turn. We cannot forget that, again, I still have a Farewell. That's perfectly fine. I do not mind that. We'll go get a Shadowy Backstreet. Why not? I have nothing to play, so I don't need to worry that much. Sure. Not that I'm a big fan of that one in this particular situation, but it's a great card in this deck, so. Okay. Not mad about that. Should I go with this? Or should I go with this? And I still have 4, so I can go with that in the Legend of Roku. Maybe. But my opponent is completely tapped out, so maybe this would be a good one, because it is indestructible. Thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Screw it. Like I said, my opponent is completely tapped out. It's probably the only chance I have to actually play the Summon Knights of Round. And if my opponent does not exile the summon, we will be able to keep it, because, you know, I could do this. I'm going to try and Binding the Old Gods first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 5 mana available, so there's still stuff we can do. Our opponent might protect himself, or Riku in this case might bounce, might counter. There's so much. So oh no, he's copying it. Why is he copying it?
2 hours later.
That's Conspire. Oh, okay. So that's a part of the Conspire. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry about that, guys. I know how that sounded, or what that seemed like. I'll go and do that. We still have 2 mana available. I don't think our opponent will counter that, so I think we're kind of safe on that one. And I can just attack with everything, because that's indestructible, and those 3, like, yes, to block 1, double block there, to kill another one. So try to put a little bit of pressure on our opponent. And if he just blocks 1, then all that means is that he takes more damage than he probably would. I might the One Ring next turn, or at least try to. Let's see. Exile all graveyards. That does not make a difference for me at all. Okay. He's going to be creating more tokens. That's fine. With Kina Q Gourmet. Or Quina. Probably it's Quina in English. So he's investigating. Will he start drawing? He will. When I say he, I mean Alt Strider. It's just easier. I don't know if it's he, she, they, them. It's I mean no disrespect for everyone watching. Next turn we'll be creating 3 more tokens. Okay, I guess we're taking 1. Iliad is decent. We'll not really complain about Iliad. Let's see if our opponent counters kill you. Okay, I think I will attack now and I'll see what our opponent does after. Because, like I said, I kind of want to put some pressure. Our opponent really needs to block with everything, or he has something that bounces, or so he's dealing 2 damage there and creating another token. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available. So let's see. That's indestructible. With 7 mana available, our opponent has 0 mana, so he's gonna start killing off my soldiers. That makes sense. I will do that. I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna put it there. I'm still gonna gain the life, and I'm still gonna put the counter on something. So it's 5. I will put the counter there just because. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 1 ring so that we are protected. And then after that we will just we'll draw a card and see what we get. This has been an interesting game. It's one of the first times I've played against Riku of Many Paths. There's not a lot of experience here playing against modal spells, so interesting. Let's see. We are not gonna die this turn, that's obvious, but I mean, it's not obvious. Our opponent plays with deals damage. Okay. Exile target artifact, or so he's gonna exile the... Oh no, he's... Wait, really? That was it? Fantastic. I really thought he was going to exile the 1 ring. That would have been much worse for me. Much worse for me. I do not mind that at all, man. At all. Like, we are... You know, we can use the creatures, but it's not like the worst thing ever. That is fantastic, my guy. Yeah. I think our opponent just forgot about the 1 ring, because I can see what he has. So let me draw now and see what we get. Okay, we got a land. You got an arcane signet. I mean. I'll pay 2 life. I'll play Terra first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our opponent can Archmage's Charm, obviously. Yeah. He's gonna create a token. I will go with this, and I still have 4 mana available, so let's see. Now I don't really think our opponent has a way to deal with that. Come on, man, that sucked ass. I mean, I like the Hallowed Haunting, but still. I'm gonna play it. And now we have 2 creatures. I didn't even see that line of game, you know, but our opponent will still have 2 blockers. So we're not winning anything this turn, unfortunately. And we have blockers for next turn, so we have 3, but let's see what our opponent has. I don't think we have played this like as well as we could, you know. Maybe we were a little too chickeny for the what we actually have here, but I don't mind what's happening. Like, we can block next turn if we want to. I don't think we will, but but we can. Next turn, +2/+2, indestructible counter. Yeah, we're gonna lose the summon, right? So he's attacking with just that. We can always fare well and just start over. Okay, so that's 3/4/4s. Let's go with that. Why not? I don't think it matters that much. I'm gonna go with that now. Let me draw a card first and see what we get, because our draws haven't been that great. Each player chooses up to one permanent with mana value 3 or greater, so I can choose to exile something. Do I want to though? I don't think so. I will still play this so that we have Iliad back on the battlefield plus the token from Hallowed Haunting. You know, I will play Blind Obedience as well because we have more than enough mana. So Heliod is now a 7/7. Again, 7/7 with no indestructible. I will take out... Well, you can just replay that. Maybe that. Or that. I don't even know. I'll take that one out. Why not? Now let's see what our opponent chooses. Probably Heliod if I had to guess, or Hallowed Haunting. Wait, our opponent doesn't choose anything. Starting with you, each player chooses up to one permanent with mana your opponent's control. Exile those permanents. So I have no idea why our opponent didn't choose something. Maybe I misread or misunderstood that card. I have no idea. But that's fine, you know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I'm gonna attack with everything because I'm gonna give lifelink to something. So we're gonna... Everything is indestructible. We have blockers. I'm gonna gain 7 life. So I'm gonna give... oh, it's another... It's indifferent. I'm still gonna gain life, so who cares? Without losing the creature. Will I have something to play? Well, I want to keep my permanents indestructible and be able to gain a little bit of life, so I'll go with... This will come... Okay, so I'll go with that, because this will get into the battlefield at the end of the turn. So it's another creature. And we have 3 mana available, so we can pay this. Make something indestructible. That's indestructible, so... That is indestructible, so that's fine. I think I'm gonna go with that. Let's see if our opponent has some combat shenanigans. We are on 21 life, so unless he can kind of like double and give trample and stuff like that, I'm fairly certain we will be able to survive this attack. Sure, I'll do this. Why not? We still have 1 mana, so we can... We're basically losing just 1, so we can still Restoration Magic. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to put the counter on Iliad this time. The 6/6 indestructible, so that's pretty decent. This is not the way we usually want to win games with this deck, but that's fine. Let's see if our opponent has something that can just deal damage to one thing or something. Okay, or destroy one thing. I'm not gonna give our opponent a chance to draw 3 cards now. Usually I would accept that because we might draw something that could win the game for us, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that crazy, man. I think this is a turn we Basing Say and maybe try and draw something else. We'll definitely try and play all will be 1. as well. 4 of our creatures are indestructible. I think we're very close to a lot haunting, and we can restoration magic, make everything X-proof, and gain indestructible X-proof and gain 6 life. So we went with that. Create a token that's a copy of something. Okay. I can make... Yeah, I think I will do this. I have a crap ton of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still have 7 mana, so I will do this as well. I'll make that bigger, because why not? Everything is X-proof and indestructible. Heliod has another counter, so why not that one too? And I will get another enchantment, so everything will be flying and stuff like that. At most, you can draw another card, I think, because everything already has X-proof, so, well, you can draw another card and you can copy another creature. But it's coming tapped, so I'm very confused. Okay, so I think this is gonna be it, right? Unless our opponent has something crazy, which in that case we are screwed, but let's go with I don't know, let's go with that one. I don't think it matters. To be fair, I don't think it matters. But our opponent just drew 2 cards. Might have drawn a Cyclonic Rift. He might have drawn a Etherize or something. So I'm gonna attack with everything. Let's see. Oh, because we lost 1 enchantment. Oh my god. So I really thought we were gonna have it this turn, but we lost 1 enchantment. We'll still have it, but just for 2, which is insane. This is one of those where I feel like things just went according to plan. We were playing against a weird deck, not a bad deck, but a weird deck either way. But I'm not gonna talk a lot more on this one. We were very lucky here. I didn't see that we lost the Legend of Roku, so the Hallowed Haunting didn't give us flying, and we almost lost the game because of that, but can't really complain. Let's get into another one. Can we get to our 3rd win against Phyrexian Dehumidifier? That was so good, man. Really, kudos to all of you that think about these names and actually decides to use them in games, man. Phyrexian Dehumidifier. It's a wild name to have. Okay, so this is gonna be a tough game, I'm sure. Okay, I'll go with the Wooded Foothills first and foremost. I'll go get... It's kind of indifferent, I believe, but I will get a commercial district, I think. Delighted Halfling, that's a decent one. I can now go with the Temple Garden. Tap. And I'll still have a play to make that allows me to ramp a little. Not really ramp, but you know, you put in a mana dork and pray for the best, I guess. Okay, so now we have a command tower. What should I do? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. That will put a couple more mana on the battlefield, I guess. We can say that, I think. I'm not gonna attack, obviously. We can actually play All Will Be One next turn, and then Revival of the Ancestors. I could double block, but I will not. Okay, so our opponent does have the 3rd land. Just attack first, which is, by the way, what you should most likely do most of the time, I would say, but I never do that, so who cares what I'm saying? Just talking out of my ass at this point. Our opponent is thinking Sir Ginger the Meal Ender. Okay. I will go with those two. Yeah, sure, why not? We can protect stuff with swords to plowshares, you know, but I'm fairly certain I'm going to try and all will be one. And the reason for that is very simple. Like now, every time a counter gets put on something, so next turn, if Jugan defends the temple, stays on the battlefield, and all will be a one stays on the battlefield, a counter will be put on Jugan, and now we'll be able to ping either our opponent or maybe Sir Ginger or something like that, you know. We're taking 5. I think our opponent will play the Samwise Gamgee only when he has food, or enough food, I mean, so that he can utilize the ability. So next turn we'll be able to... Another land is a good thing. I think I will go with that, because I'll definitely put more counters on stuff, so with Rival of the Ancestors most likely coming in. So if I do that, I would still need 4 mana and I would have it, but not enough for the Swords to Plowshare. So I think Revival of the Ancestors is probably the best play we have at this point. Let's see if we can take out Sir Ginger the Mealender. Probably a protection spell. Just a giant growth. Okay. No, I will not pay anything. Well, considering we actually this tap all the mana instead of the creature, so I couldn't really get the Swords to Plowshares to be open, so who cares, right? And we force our opponent to use a giant growth, which is not terrible. Okay, Rosy Cotton, that was one of those that would be fairly obvious that it was going to be here. I can triple block the Sir Ginger. Now, I still can do it, but it's not worth it, so I probably will not. I will, however, most likely make Remnant of the Rising Star a 5/5 next turn. I will literally just jump block the Sir Ginger with one of these tokens, and I'll take 4. Because next turn we're gonna have Iliad, so I'll distribute 3 there, and I'll try and take out Rosy Cotton because it's a very interesting card. Okay, I will try and do that now because I'm gonna do more things. So I'll have that. I can now try and get that to gain lifelink, attack, get a counter, and try and take out the Sir Ginger with the all will be one. I will put a counter there, and Sir Ginger is off. Okay, so I will go with the Garnet now because it's going to be very important. I have nothing to play with, so I mean, it was going to be very important. Right now it's not because I don't really have any more sagas, but it is what it is. Okay. He wants to keep the white open for some reason. Let's see if our opponent attacks with Mushroom Watchdogs. He probably will. If I had to guess. Yep, it's a 5/5. We will block now. Not that we need to, but we will. There's no point in taking that damage, you know. So we could use more sagas. That's not a saga. That is quite the opposite of a saga, to be fair. Well, let's do that. So I will now do this. Sure, I'll take that one. I'm not gonna take a lot of chances here. I'll attack with just that one again. I will put a counter on the Delighted Halfling again to make it bigger. And now I will take out the Samwise Gamgee out of the equation and turn, and now we have enough mana to give Elliot Suncrowd's ability to, like the token for example, gain a life, or to just Swords to Plowshares or something. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if he continues going with the Mushroom Watchdogs route. Like, I'm not gonna play the Rise of Sozin obviously because right now we have more creatures, so I will most likely go with Tom Bombadil or something like that. Haste, untap, first strike. Okay, I don't have a Goblin or an Orc, so that's fine. This is an interesting game, for sure. 6/6 Vigilance, huge boy. We could kill it. I don't want to. Okay, so let's see if our opponent really does attack. I hope so. Okay, perfect, beautiful, gorgeous. I'll do that. I'll do that. Block there. So a chump block, we gain a life instead of losing 6, and I'm going to just put a counter there, and this does not matter. I will go straight to the face. There's no point in going at any of my opponent's creatures. I will go with Tom Bombadil just because it will be another creature that we can do something with. I could pay 3. I could also just pay 1. I don't want to. So I'm gonna attack there with a 6/6 in the air. I'll do the same thing, the exact same thing. And I will make, I don't know, does it matter at this point? Garden it bigger, because considering I don't really have, well, I should be actually going all out on the Remnant, but considering I don't really have a lot of enchantments and sagas, Garnet really isn't doing that much here. Plus we can just take 6 from the Mushroom Watchdogs. I mean, we're on 29, our opponent isn't really going to do a lot here. Okay, he's creating 2 food tokens. I'm gonna block there. Wait, actually I can just block there and take the 6. Let's see, maybe this is a mistake, but it's only 6 so far. I don't know if it's possible to grow the Watchdogs that much. So it's 11. Yeah, I'm fine. I was expecting like a double. And I'll take the Gardener away. Why not? I could have went straight to the face, but yeah, we're gonna win this, so does not really matter. Another win in the bag. This time, like, sometimes I feel, even though we have a bunch of enchantments and sagas and stuff, I feel like the game doesn't really want to give us a lot of sagas. I really do feel like that sometimes. Maybe I'm just thinking that we have a lot of enchantments slash sagas and there's not actually that many, but I doubt it. I built the deck pretty much, so I don't know. Let's get into another one. So let's see if we can get to the magical 4-win number. We're gonna be facing Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. This is actually a pretty interesting card. I'm pretty sure I've tried it, so I'm gonna assume a crap ton of yeah, I'll take this. I'm gonna assume a crap ton of ramp into this half an Italy. uh similar Gishat or something. Something like that, you know. Hey, they're not that different. Don't come after me. So do I need? I have green. I have white. Gonna go with a blood crypt so I can use the curse of shaken faith and the lightning helix as well. But yeah, guys, this has been an interesting deck and a very difficult color to build with. You know, like what is it? Ink trader, something like that. Ink trader, something like that. So there's not really a multitude of options when you're trying to build in these colors on Arena, so it kind of sucks in that regard. That's why I didn't follow like the order that I should have. You know, I kind of skipped through this one. I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and it's definitely not easy, but it is what it is, you know. So do I need to immediately take out roaming throne? That is the goddamn question. So I will go with another green source. Maybe I shouldn't have, but now it's done. I'm thinking, because I can go with Summon Titan. Yeah, I will go with Summon Titan, you know. Let me mill 5 cards. Maybe we'll get a lot of land in the graveyard. Well, we kinda did, but we lost. Oh my god, we lost. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, that sucked. Okay. So I'll go with Sacred Foundry. Our opponent did nothing. That's weird. I'm gonna attack first and foremost. Why not? The 7/7. So I'll go with this. Now let's end the turn. Our opponent needs 7 mana to play Raph and Mikey. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but he still cannot play it this turn. So Roaming Throne, we're gonna try and take it out on the next turn. I'm going to attack with the Overlord of the Hauntwoods first and foremost. Our opponent will not do anything about it, most likely. There we go. He's down to 4. Let me try and take out the Roaming Throne with the Swords to Plowshares. Opponent goes up to 8, but we are fine for now. Sure, I'll take the Enchantress Presence for sure. And I think I can play it this turn, to be fair. I can take out the Polluted Elton, go try and find another land. Overgrown Tome, sure. And yeah, so okay, that's decent, you know. Now let's see what the hell our opponent gets. Oof. Okay, attacks. Okay, so our opponent just gave up either way, because after this attack you wouldn't really have any mana available. This was a pretty short game. I think Summon Titan really worked out pretty well, but let's see if we can get into another one. So Lewin, Imperfect Naturalist, played by Razuvius, something along those lines, I'm sure. Free mulligan like I've never mulliganed before. I will keep this just because I have Sithis. That's pretty much it. Because I wouldn't. So I think I remember that I didn't put Brilliant Restoration in this deck for some reason, so I went and added it. I took out a land, and it shows. It definitely shows. So let's see if Sithis survive. Okay, I guess it will. And we do not get another land, because of course we wouldn't. Like, you take one land out of one deck and immediately feels like it's a completely different thing. Skull Grove Dancer. We got a land, just the same goddamn colors, but not gonna complain, okay? Not gonna complain. So, I will go with what? It's completely indifferent. Enchantrance's presences. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's much, much better. Much, much better now. Because we can go get something that's black, for example. And take out Leuven. Leuven? Leuven, I guess. What is that? Countered. Oh my god, I hate this client. It's so bad. Okay, so put create for each land card in your graveyard. Okay, so now I know what that does. We got another one. I think I'm gonna go crack this one. We can actually Dryad as well, but I think I want to Overgrown Tomb, and I'll go with Binding the Old Gods on Luan or on the Aftermath Specialist. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't do either of those, because considering I'm gonna be drawing cards. Now it's all life. Jesus. I'm gonna go with the Misty Rainforest into Rydia. I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. And I'm just gonna pass turn. Building a board state where, you know, something happens whenever something I do happens. If that makes sense? I don't think it did, but it's late. Cut me some slack, please. He can take out the Aftermath Specialist, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. I may discard and draw. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. I'll go with the red. I'll discard the Temple Garden. Let me draw another land. Okay, so yeah, I was worried about nothing, guys. I will try and Binding the Old Gods. Get a couple cards in. Elspeth is very decent. Another land, okay. I'll take out... I could take out the Overlord. No, I'll take out Leuven. I don't need that, actually. Okay, so now I will play a Command Tower. And I think I will discard the Wooded Foothills. Okay, that is decent. That is decent. Can I do this? I think I will. Because I'll be looking for a forest card, you know. Let me Lush Portico. I'm not like forced to... sure, I can keep that. I think I prefer to take this one out and draw the Boseiju so that I can take out the Overlord. I think that is smarter. So no attacks. Now we'll end turn. Our opponent has literally what, one land, so that is fine by me. Gained a life. Nothing to really worry that much for now, at least. Lumra is a little bit scarier, but we have an Elspeth here. Grab ton of lands. I think I will Boseiju immediately. I know our opponent will just get another land, but that's fine. We will take out Lumra next turn with Elspeth. Okay, so our creatures, well, we don't actually need to go with Elspeth, but we will, most likely. Let me just think here real quick. I will go with Elspeth, though. We're going to be drawing, gaining life. Oh, Fable is nice. Last one is also a great option, and we got the win. So I feel like this was, even though I bitched and moaned in the beginning, this was probably the first game where the deck actually showed what he wanted to do. Several creatures on the battlefield that would give us a lot of value just for the enchantments, and we could put lore counters on sagas. We drew a lot of cards. We're gonna have more sagas coming in. Tom Bombadil eventually would be doing his thing, but our opponent quit before that. It was kind of obvious what was gonna happen, you know. He was gonna lose his 10-10. I had 4 creatures on the board. He already lost the Overlord and he chose to lose the Aftermath Analyst. Luan I killed with Binding the Old Gods, you know, so we got a lot of land, unfortunately, but still, I feel like this is a pretty good note to end on. The deck really showed something different in every single game, you know. We could show multiple facets of this deck, and I felt like it can get better, but we were playing without the blue. I feel like there are a lot of enchantments that would make this deck better, just because it can use blue as well, but it is what it is, guys. I needed to find a way of bringing you this color. This was the only one that I could find. If you find a better pairing of commanders or a better commander to build for this color combination, let me know. Like I explained in the beginning, in the intro, this would be a weird one, uncomfortable one, but I didn't really want to let anything else come before this one. And I think next video it's WUBRG time, and then probably colorless, and we'll finish off with 32 all-out brawl videos. I will then probably revisit some of my favorite decks, add newer cards, see what those do differently. I already have a couple ideas, so don't forget to follow the channel, subscribe, you know, so that you can see where this takes us, because I will probably do something similar in the future. So if you guys like brawl content, follow me. I will always have a brawl video coming, probably once a week. Since I was stuck in the color palettes, I kinda had a little bit of trouble in the last couple of weeks, because when you have to go with 4 colors and there's no 4 color commanders that you want to build, it becomes tougher. If this was IRL Magic, it would be a lot easier. I had a lot more options, but here I need to work with what I have. So I think the deck is pretty decent. Try it out. Let me know down in the comments what cards I should have put. What other ways can Tom Bombadil be built? What better commander would be better for this color combination? And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave that like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let's get to 350 subs pretty soon. I feel like we can get there easily. And yeah, thanks for all the support, and I'll see you on the next one.